Oh yeah, that's shaking quite a bit, isn't it? Tight at all. Boy, it's taking its sweet time to load, isn't it? Might have to adjust. Hello! It is not Subnautica. It is stitching, as a matter of fact, as I'm relaxing. Hello Ryan. How are you? I'm doing the camera setup a little differently this time, so we'll see if it works. If it doesn't, I'll have to go back to a different option. Oh, and it wants me to do glow-in-the-dark floss, which I really don't want to do because that stuff's a pain in my butt. So let's do instead... It's 9:32. That'll be much better. How's Ryan? I'm doing good. How are you doing? I don't think very many people have popped on yet, but it's definitely nice to see you here. I'm always happy to see anyone who wants to come stitch or hang out and chit-chat. I'm procrastinating working on another video, the part 2 of the notions. I mean, I have the script written up and I was doing editing today. Script editing, that is. So over the weekend I might get a chance to work more on it. Oh, come here, you. Okay, here we go. Oh my gosh, floss can be a bit of a pain. So we're gonna try this. It might not work, and if it doesn't work, I apologize in advance. I just need enough room to get my hands in there. But basically the camera is like a lot closer than it normally would be. It's a trick I borrowed from my sister, actually, from doing streams with my sister. Hello, Knucklebone. How are you? We're gonna just adjust that a little bit there. We want that right there. Hi. Playing some Baldur's Gate 3 with a fiance while waiting for a dungeon coach. Oh, shucks. I completely forgot about that. I'm gonna have to stop my stream and... Well, it's 6:30 my time and he goes on 7:30 my time, so... An hour will probably be fine. I'll stream for just an hour and then I'll go ahead and hop off. As, I'll be wanting to catch what I can of his stream. I'm gonna have to go to bed at some point. Usually his 7:30 streams are just this side of too late for me, but I can catch like the first bit of them. So yeah. 2. That's where we're at, right? 1, 2. So we'll see. This should work though. I think I have enough room to get my hands in there. Chilling out to the sounds of, It's 30 minutes. Huh. My sense of time zones must be all kinds of messed up. Let's see here. Let's see, notify me. Yeah, it says July 16th at 7:30 p.m. and on my clock it's 6:30 p.m. So I don't know if there's something going wonky there, but according to everything I show, it's an hour. Excuse me, that's not the right spot. I must be off or some such. Oh, hang on, I'm supposed to be... let's see here. These guys are also off on the wrong spot. They're supposed to be out by 2. Good catch. And I messed that up, but that's okay. Let's see if we can pick this real quick. So we're gonna go back down here. Back down here. There we go. We just gotta move these guys over a little bit. Yeah, I'm glad you guys said something. I was so all caught up in my own little world, I completely spaced it. Because I saw the notification, but... you know, the notification goes up. Oh, I see. Oh, I've got some 932 in there already. Okay. We're gonna end this one then. I see the notifications go up, and then I'm like, oh, look, the dungeon coach! And then I click on it, and it's like, in 8 hours, and I'm like, oh, well, that's most of my day away, so I'm just gonna watch something else for a bit. I mean, that's my whole work shift and then some from when I got the notification, so... yeah, I do have it pulled up in another tab just for it. It says 27 waiting. Everybody... oh, what was, who is that? Oh, I have to go look now. Top chat. Let's go to all messages, live chat. Oh, yep, there you are, Ryan. I see you in the chat there. Now I've got two chats going. Grand old dwarf. Aw, love Grand old dwarf. But yep, I'm just chilling to some stitching. Might keep stitching even after he goes live. I've been wanting to do some stitching. I haven't done a lot of it. I haven't done as much as I should. Alright, see if I can do this on this side of the light. On the plus side, having the light right there is actually really handy. Okay. Yeah, because that's where these guys are gonna go, so... right there. There you go. Oh, you don't have a whole lot left, do you, sir? You're very short. Short. Relaxing to some sounds in Jeremy's soul. Dual wielding chats. I get, yeah, true. I am dual wielding chats. At least for the moment. I'll once he goes live, I'll kill the stream and we'll all go watch the dungeon coach. It's one of those where it's like, oh my gosh, he's live, I gotta go catch him live. And then there's another part of me that's just, I'm tired, it's the end of the day. I don't... as much as I absolutely adore Coach's energy, there are definitely moments where it's like, not right now. Because I've done that where I've pulled up some of his videos and I start watching it and then I quit partway through because the energy is just not for me in that moment. I need to watch it in a different moment. There are things where I really just need something calming. I mean, maybe. I don't know how to, like, click any buttons to actually make the rage dual-wielding chats with you. Aw, thank you, Knucklebone. Thank you for the call-out. You're too nice. My hands are busy, obviously, so I can't actually type in the chat, but I do have it up on my other screen there. So let's see, we're gonna mark off some stuff, because we did those. Even though we're switching to DC-20, a lot of the classes are the same. So I can still get away with getting a rogue pattern to my rogue character. My rogue player, excuse me. It's not my character, she's my player. There's definitely been some, is that 926? That is not 926. There's definitely was a little bit of hesitancy at the table. The one player just... The two players at the table that are definitely gamers, like, have already... One of them already plays D&D, the min-maxer I mentioned in the one video. Totally fine with the... I dropped my needle. Oh, there's my needle. Totally fine with DC 20, totally fine with the conversion. Sorry about the camera shake. The other guy hadn't played D&D before, but he'd played Turtles and Other Strangeness like back in the 80s and is a bit more of a gamer. So they both are like excited, handling it great. But the other two characters have only lightly dabbled, like one session apiece, because one of them was absent one session and the other one was absent the other session. And I couldn't tell, and it might be because they were tired, because they've legit been through some stuff and been working their butts off with this move. But at the same time, there was a part of me that was like, I don't know, they might not be appreciating, because like the one player was... I just did a quick character convert so that we could just sit and play at the table. I mean, she's welcome to rebuild her character at any time, but just to save her time and hassle, just to save her time and hassle, I converted all of their characters over so that we could just play. And so she's a rogue, but she multi-classed into Bard partway through, and they're like level 5 in the 5e system. Sorry about the camera shake again. My boom arm for this is really weak. But we were at the table and she goes, oh, I'm level 1. And I said, well, that's because we're in the beta and they only really have level 1 and 2, kinda. At least for class features. And I said, don't worry, everybody's level 1. The enemies are all balanced for level 1. And you'll level up and you'll get cool stuff. Especially as the, game develops. And she's like, oh, okay. And then she looked at me and she goes, wait, do I have any of my spells? And I was like, well, you're level 1 and I made you a rogue because that's primarily what... Her character's name is Seamus. Well, that's primarily what Seamus is a rogue. And she said, oh, so I don't have any of my spells? And I'm like, well, not yet, but you will, as you level up and gain more power, you'll be able to get cool stuff. And then she's like, wait, is there multi-classing? And I said, well, and then I explained how the multi-classing kind of works in DC 20 with the talents and the features. And I said, what's really cool is that you're not restricted to just Bard or just Rogue or just anything. You can pick any feature from any class that you want and you can piecemeal them together like a Subway sandwich and you can make the perfect build that you want. She said, oh, okay, but she had this disappointed tone in her voice. And I'm sure once she gets the chance to play it and experience it, and once she gets her spells back, she'll be a lot happier. But it was just one of those moments where I kind of had a inner panic, like, did I mess up? Because I'm excited about the system, and the other player's really excited about the system. But the other two who had never played D&D before and this was their first experience seemed to be much less enthusiastic, and I'm not sure if that's just the stress of them trying to move hitting all at once or the stress of learning a new system. Maybe they're overthinking it. I know I'm guilty of that. But it was definitely interesting. Oh, hello, George. Hey there. Sorry, I was paying attention to my hands and not the chat. I'm glad you're here to chill out for a bit, at least until Coach goes live. Oh, I'm glad you think the stitching is cool. I'm glad you think I'm cool, because I don't think I'm cool at all. I think I'm rather lame. Oh, you just finished your D&D session, and is that still 5e? That is? Okay, I gotta mark some stuff off on my pattern. For those unfamiliar with stitching, there is a pattern that you have with little squares on it that tell you what color goes where, and then I have to mark them off. So I did all of those ones, and then I did these 4 right here just now. Those 4 little equal signs are these 4 right here. For those not familiar. Oh, then I would terrify you, George. The number of times that I have dropped my needle. In fact, just earlier, just before you popped on, I dropped my needle. I've dropped so many needles. So the thing about cross-stitch, and the thing about cross-stitching needles specifically, is that they are not sharp. They are blunt. Oh, looks like I already got that one, so I need to go up here. They are not, I mean, if you hit with enough force. Like if I took my finger and put enough force on it, that would like, ow. But cross-stitch needles are actually blunt on the end. They are called cross-stitch needles or tapestry needles, more likely. You'll find them called tapestry needles. And they are very different from a sewing needle. And a sewing needle is what most people think of when they think of a needle. I mean, you see them in sewing machines, but even those are slightly different. And sewing needles are, in fact, very sharp, because they are meant to pierce fabric. And I'm pretty sure it shows up a lot better with the camera at this angle. But as you can see, there are little holes all over the place in a grid. All of these holes. And that's how cross-stitch works, is I use the existing holes. So the needles are made blunt so that you don't accidentally puncture through where you don't want to. They're made blunt so that the needle more easily finds the hole that you're looking for and doesn't create a new hole. In fact, it's really popular for some people, or like a lot of people use it. There are needles with ballpoint tips. So this is not a ballpoint tip needle, but there are needles made where the tip of the needle has actually got a little ball on it, specifically making it even more blunt. So there you go. More fun facts that you didn't know about stitching, eh? Let's see. It was 5e. Ah, yes, blunt needle, that is better. Yeah. You know, I definitely have a preference towards DC-20 at this point, but I still don't have it in my heart. And again, sorry for the camera shake. The boom arm that this is sitting on is so... like, if I breathe on it, it shakes. It's so unsteady. And I just don't have anything... I'm just not sure what else to invest in. I don't want to invest, like, hundreds of dollars if I don't have to, but at the same time, I don't want to spend money on something and wind up right back where I started with a weak boom arm, so... one... okay, so that's... 1, 2... The more you know. Yep, insert the little star. Do-do-do-do. Is that like a 90s thing, or is that a 2000s thing? I have found over the last couple of years that apparently I'm dead confused on what was a 90s thing and what was a 2000s thing. Because there's a lot of things where I'm like, oh, that's so 90s, and then it turns out it was like early 2000s. Like, upwards of 2010, and I'm just sitting here like, wait, really? Really? That wasn't a 90s thing? It's like, nope. So I don't know if the more you know is truly a 90s thing or not. Okay. Yeah, we're working on the sword right here for our rogue piece. This is what we've got done thus far. This is the rest of it over here. So that's my rogue that I'm working on. And yes, that is a D8, because in 5e, the rogue hit dice is a D8. So that is a correct hit dice. Mechanically correct hit dice. But yeah, thank you guys very much for being here, especially right before the coach stream. That's super cool. I love hanging out with you guys. Got my second Notions video in the works, but there is a good percentage of chance, although everything seems to be changing at a moment's notice, but there's a good percentage of chance that the animated ones will definitely go quiet for a while. There's a chance that I won't be doing anything but streaming for games and or stitching for some time. It's kind of some personal stuff, and I don't know how much to get into without seeming totally unprofessional, but suffice to say, oh, camera bump. Suffice to say, there's like some personal stuff going on, and I've thought several times about kind of just abandoning the channel, but I love talking with you guys too much. Anytime I think about potentially abandoning the channel and just returning to normal person life, I get sad. Because I like streaming with you guys. But at the same time, I don't get fulfillment out of making the videos quite the same way as I do streaming and directly talking to people. It's one of those where it's like making the video started as like this cool fun thing, and when I started the channel I just launched myself into it. Like, I can do this because I've always wanted to do a YouTube channel, and then after doing it for a while, and especially after all the DC20 stuff, I kind of realized that like it doesn't fill my bucket. It doesn't. I'm left. I don't know, but I'm focusing more, especially this year's kind of personal goal for me is to focus on things that fill my bucket. Focus on the things that genuinely bring me joy. And at least at this point, streaming and chatting with people bring me joy, but having to do like scripts and editing does not. At least not as much. It's like, oh, this is fun, this is okay. But it's not fulfilling in the same way. Like, I miss cooking. Like, I miss just, there's a lot of stuff I miss that I sacrificed because time is not time is finite. So any minute that I'm editing is something else I'm not doing, and any minute I'm doing something else is time I'm not editing. Like, it's a sacrifice of one for the other. All right. Oh, hello, Aegis. Hey. Oh, you need to go. It's 2 a.m. there. All right. Well, you get some good sleep, George. Take care. You get some sleep. Hey, Aegis. How are you? That's sad to hear. I love your videos on DC20, but you definitely need to do what makes you happy. Oh, hi, Wargasm. I just saw your hello from Tennessee in the, did I get that right? Is that what the TN is from? Is Tennessee? I have the coach chat up in my other, on my other screen. Well, and here's the thing. Part of the reason why I haven't said anything, and of course it would be on a stream where I'm just blathering that this would all come out. I had plans to like make it more official, but rather than burying it here. But the thing is that I don't, again, when I stop and think about the potential of actually quitting the channel entirely, I don't quite have it in my heart to do that. It's like, I'm not quite there. It's not quite to the degree of full abandonment. Per se, like there may well be, well, at the very least I need to do, there's like one or two things that I kind of have to do. They're like the channel bucket list, I guess. One of which is doing like a review slash here's how my experience with DC20 happened after playing it with my players. The problem is I just need a few more sessions under my belt to do that, but so like that will definitely happen. It's just, like, for example, the second Notions video. So when I did the first one, I was all thinking to myself that, you know, I did the 20/24 video, and I said the animated videos are going to come out much slower now. Like, I work a full-time job, I have a house. Thank goodness I don't have kids, because then I really wouldn't have time to do it. But like, I can't keep pumping them out like, oh, a week to 2 weeks at a time. I just can't do it. So I said that in that video, and then lo and behold, like a week later, the Notions video comes out because I got an idea. I was like, oh, hey, Notions. I can do one about Notions. That's easy. It was a kind of grueling, oh crap, messed up. But also, I may have messed up pretty good. But also just the fact that I had an idea and I had something to work on and I had something I wanted to do. But like after that, I'm dead on ideas. I don't have any other ideas. I'm dried up. And so then I was like, well, I need to put the second Notions video out there because I said I would. And then the process of trying to make the second Notions video feels like such a chore. Like, I am dragging my feet, and it feels like such a chore, and I would rather do anything. I would rather clean, I would rather do dishes, I would rather do anything than work on that video. And when I get to that point, it's one of those where you kind of got to stop and take a look at yourself. And so anyway, so we'll see what happens after it posts, but there's a yeah, there's a good chance that the animated stuff will sit by the wayside, at least for a while, because it's just things in my personal life are getting neglected, and it just doesn't feel right, and it doesn't sit right, and it's not bringing joy. This is kind of the Marie Kondo, you know, if it brings you joy. Oh, hey, the goths! Oh my goodness, I'm so excited to see you here. Wow, I'm behind on chat. Let's see. Hendersonville. Okay, so I don't know Hendersonville. I'm not from Tennessee, but... Oh, you're good? Thanks. Oh, cool. I'm glad to hear you're good, Aegeus. Hello, goths. And everyone else who popped in. So, The More You Know apparently first started in 1989. Okay, so I was on point with the whole 90s thing. Oh, very good. Well, at least I got that right. I was just watching a couple. I was catching up on videos I had missed of yours, goths, which, ugh, that one intro just, I listen to them often at work, especially since they're in podcast form, and I'll put it on and put on my headphone, and then I'll just listen to it. And the owner's wife, and I just undid what I just did. The owner's wife was in, and her daughter was, because it's a family-owned business, so their kids come in and help out when it's not school. And they're like high school or teenager type age. So they come in and help. And she was in there, and I heard the intro to the one video about the necromancer, the dark hoods, and the book with the skull motif, and I started giggling at my desk, and the daughter like looked over at me, and I was like, I'm sorry, I'm just listening to something funny. Please don't mind me. Because I just started like giggling to myself, and she had no idea what was up. Okay, Aegeus. Oh, suburb of Nashville. Oh, okay. CEO of the old company I worked for was from Nashville, apparently. Let's see. You gotta do what you find happiness in. So, you make vids when you find something that makes you happy and fills you with energy. You know, Aegeus, and that's kind of what I was thinking. That's kind of where my head was at. That was the thought process of, you know, and there's a good possibility, because, you know, when I jumped into the channel, I totally jumped in willy-nilly. I had no idea what I was doing. I had no goal, no plans, no vision for what I wanted the channel to be. It was just, I like video games and I like stitching, and I wanted to try a channel. Here we go. And I just jumped in head first. And I'm still proud of myself, because not everyone's able to do that, and I would not have learned as much as I have learned if I hadn't done it. You know what I mean? Like, lessons learned. Like, we learn from falling. We learn from failing. There's a good chance that maybe being a YouTube content creator, at least in that way, is kind of not for me, per se. There's a chance that may happen, but I do love streaming, and I love interacting with you guys. That is easily the best part. Like, I could do this 3-4 days a week and be totally fine, provided anyone wanted to watch that much stitching or games, because that's a lot of stitching in games. But yeah, in fact, if you look at the percentage, so when the DC-20 video went viral, I had somewhere between 60 to 70 videos. Of those 60 and 70, 3 of them were sticks, animated, what we call animated, although they're not actually animated, but stick figure movies. So think in terms of percentage. I'm pretty sure you're gonna got me on that, goths. You strike me as someone who'd be really good at math and or percentages. I don't know why, but that's just the personal headcanon I have until proven otherwise. But yeah, it's like, percentage wise, that is such a small ingot of what the channel is. Even though D&D is kind of a big part of my life, percentage wise, it's still kind of, it's hard to explain, but I think you guys get the idea. And in fact, there's a gal, and I saw her video long before I put out my DC21, but she was talking about the nature of viral videos. And when I say viral, I don't mean millions of views, I mean viral as a ratio. I had 60 subscribers, now I have over 800, that kind of viral. And that is viral for all intents and purposes. And what happens is it can be damaging on channels, because what happens is a whole bunch of people were into the DC20 hype, and so a whole bunch of people saw that one video, got like 7K views. It blew up for me, but most of those people are not sticking around. There's a couple of people there, you know, Wargasm, Aegis, Ryan, George, Galaxy Fox, and there's probably a couple of other ones. Oh, Sword and Sorcery is another one. There's some of you guys. Oh, Knucklebone. There's like a bunch of you guys who are repeatedly coming back, and you're joining the streams, and you're chatting with me, and you're being present in like the channel as it is. You're in the Discord, all of those fun things. But a large majority, in terms of percentage of the people, you know, who watch that first animated video versus who continue to be present in the rest of the channel, it's a very small percentage. So on the one hand, the visibility is nice, but on the other hand, it can give off the wrong impression. Like, people watch that video, and then I felt a lot of pressure to keep putting out those kinds of videos, when in reality, that is such a small percentage of the content that I do. So if they move their animated, I mean, if they move, but the stick figures don't, like, technically, do they? Oh man, existential questions. But anyhow, you guys get what I'm saying. Hopefully. There are a, not that I make, nothing that I make is truly without some level of passion, otherwise it wouldn't exist. It requires a certain amount of creativity and a certain amount of passion and determination to do. But overall, the work required to make those and the passion I feel for them is just like getting further and further and further apart. And it's like, you know, I don't really want to disappoint members of the community who showed up in force to support me, or like Dungeon Coach calling me out and stuff like that, like the shout outs. Like, I feel a little bit indebted. I'm not gonna lie, I feel a little bit in debt, like I owe them. But on the other hand, if I'm completely honest, I just, especially right now, like, I just don't, you know, I thought I did with the Notions video. I thought I had like a new, like the fire was burning again, and I put the Notions video out there and signed myself up for a sequel. And now in making the sequel, I'm already like, no, I was right the first time and the fire was not there. But for all of the people who regularly show up to my streams, comment on the gaming videos, and take part in all of this, you guys, I appreciate more than words can say. I really, really do. I appreciate you guys times 1,000. Because that is the part that gets me excited. That is the part I love. I'd still upload on YouTube, but instead upload on both. I'm not following you on that one, guys. If they move there. And a small percentage that watch actually like and subscribe. Yes, that is true. Oop, again, I very much apologies for the camera bump. Yes, that is true. However, well, and then if you go through the comments section of those DC20 videos, a whole bunch of them left comments saying, look forward to more DC20 videos, look forward to more, and all of that. And it's like, yay! Nervous sweat drop, because, and again, I don't plan on never making another DC20 video ever again. That's not what I'm saying at all. Like, there probably is going to be something that scratches the itch, or something that inspires me, or something that makes me go, ooh, I'll do this. But I definitely, I felt very burnt out, and I was very under pressure, and I kind of exhausted myself with the one titled 20/24. That was really rough. And then I took a small mental break, and then I thought, oh, I feel better. I'm passionate again. I'm excited again. Here we go. I just needed a break and I'm back to it. So I made the Notions video because I was all inspired. And then after the making it and through the process of making the second one, I was like, nope, I was right the first time. Nope. And again, a little bit in my defense, it's not like I made that many stick videos before the DC-20 thing. Like, it was never the main meat of the sandwich of the channel. It was always just a topping. So I don't want to disappoint people who subbed for those animated videos, but like, they're not the meat of the channel. They're really not. Oh, Karen! Oh my goodness, hello Karen, that's the Needlebug. Everybody in chat, that's Karen the Needlebug. She has her own FlossTube channel and she's a huge help and a huge influence on me and has helped me with my stitching, and I have nothing but love and respect for her. She's phenomenal. She doesn't do anything TTRPG related, she's only FlossTube, so different section of the community, but she's super awesome for me. I love seeing you here. Let me park this guy real quick. I done messed up, and I'll explain to you here in a second, Karen, what I meant. Let's see. Nice to catch you live. Even with all my subs, you have a core group that are always there, and a circle of comers and goers, the ones who show up and are gone, not subbed. Oh, I think I see what you're saying. You're basically saying that every channel has the kind of core group of people, and yeah, that's true. That's true. But I love what really it makes me feel like genuinely fulfilled, like genuinely happy and fulfilled, and like, oh, I just could get soak this all in are the streams and chatting with you guys. I just could soak that all in for hours. You guys are amazing. So what I said when I said I messed up, Karen, so it took me a long time. You sent me that video from Gemma Stitches where she talked about like when you do a stitch and then planning where you do your next stitch, because as you probably noticed, I start in my let's see, lower right. I start in my lower right and end in my upper right. So what happens when my last stitch is way over here and my next one has to go way over here? Well, that upper right corner pulls, and you know what I'm talking about. It took me forever to figure out what she meant by this because she explains it in the video and I just couldn't get it. And now I get it, but like this stitch over here is now pulling to the right, the top of that X right there. Whereas if I started my new stitch this way, you see how it pulls back to those who are non-stitchers. So like what happens is, and it happened right there, you might even see it, is, or excuse me, right in here. You see that? Where that one bit of that one top, I'll get my needle. Let me see, right here. This part of this thread went this way, and then the next stitch I did was over here, so the thread pulled in a sort of this direction. And then when I went to come back up in this hole, I ended up splitting that floss because I couldn't get the needle through around the floss, and it ended up splitting the floss. So that is my new lesson that I learned, because I watched her video and she was trying to explain it, and then I kind of experienced it a handful of times. Yeah, in fact, you guys, so this is Rogue. The next one after this, and as you can tell, I kind of don't have a whole lot left. I'm kind of getting close to done. But the next one after this is Artificer. And in order to do Artificer on the beautiful fabric it was meant to be done on, I'm going to need Karen's help. She's going to help me repair the fabric so that I can even do Artificer, because Artificer is next. And it's funny, when we converted to DC-20, there is no Artificer, obviously. So that player ended up playing a wizard, with the flavor text of a personal investigator. He carries around a light bulb, just like a glass with a filament in it, and he channels lightning into the light bulb. Instead of casting the light spell, he channels lightning into the light bulb, and that's how he generates light, and it's fantastic. I thought it was really creative and fantastic. All right, so we're a little under half an hour out from the dungeon coach going live. So I definitely don't want to keep you guys away from that. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? Instead of pulling my stitch all the way over here, which is what I need to do, I'm going to instead undo this one. And I'm going to go straight up, doing a half leg at a time. Because I still think that even though I hate doing half legs, I still think that's going to get me a better result than dragging the thread in a direction like that. I think that ultimately that's just going to make my life easier in the long run. So now all of my threads are pulling in a nice direction. And hopefully ends up in more neat stitching. It'll drag across the back a little bit more that way, I think. But it'll look better on the front, and ultimately the front is the most important part. Oh, I still ended up splitting that one. Okay, not quite. I still ended up splitting that one, but you know what? No one's gonna know but us, guys. You're playing... Oh, you're playing Pathfinder. Let's see. You got it. You need to pull in the opposite of what you did. T was going up to the right that caused... Yep. And it after a couple of times of practicing it, it was like a light bulb moment. I just suddenly realized, like, oh, this is what she was talking about. So, and I messed up. I actually need to go over here one more. And I still haven't managed to avoid it entirely. Even though I know it's a thing, I still make the mistake of just because of where I need to put that color next, I still end up in the mistake of dragging it in sort of the wrong direction, like right here where I'm dragging it in the wrong direction. But I've gotten a little bit better about being at least aware of it and the potential that it causes. Oh, perfect. You know, I hadn't reached out to you. We hadn't spoken in so long, and we were emailing back and forth quite a bit. And I got busy and caught up, and this and the DC-20 happened, and everything happened, and everything kind of fell by the wayside. And then I picked up my Mirabilia again, and then that was a fight. I almost gave up on that project a little bit because, oh boy. And I'm still late on my monthly floss tube, but oh well. But yeah, no, I think you'd be really happy because I picked up my Mirabilia again, and I'm doing the 1/1, and it's going much better now. It's going really well now. Oh, yeah. Hello, Francisco. Yes, we are back to stitching, at least until Coach goes like, well, I'll put it this way. I may end up continuing to stitch with Needlebug and Goss and some of the others. So everyone from the DC community, I will not be sad whatsoever if you abandon me to go watch Coach's stream. I totally don't blame you. Go do that. Go watch Coach. He's gonna have more information for us. I won't be streaming too awful long into the stream, but yeah, I might miss the start there by a little bit. Let's see, it won't be for everyone, and that's totally cool. I'm Jazz, but I honestly wasn't until I saw a few creator videos, Swordplay and Sorcery, OSQ, One Shot Questers, DM Lair, a few others, and there's still some stuff I'm not digging or don't like, but I'm getting into it more and more. Ooh, Orgasm, that's awesome. Oh, hey, Cantrip. You know, Goss, that's really interesting that you would mention that. There are, I'm not gonna lie, there's a small part of me that kind of misses D&D. Not because of the system, but because, like, it's not D&D. I'm not playing D&D anymore. You know, I'm playing DC-20. And there are things about it that feel very like, who cares? Not excited about that. But there are just those key, like 2 or 3 key things. Like, for example, even though I totally get the whole might, agility, the whole no stats and modifiers, but just stats, even though I get all of that, I don't have a problem with the stats and the modifiers. It's like, take it or leave it. I see the sense of getting rid of the stats and modifiers, but I also don't care enough about their existence to really, you know, I can still play the game just fine without it, or with it as without it. You know, there are little things where I'm like, this is alright. But the big thing that's got me, that I wish I could actually just steal and put in 5e as is the roll, the d20, the way that damage and attacking work. To break that one. Okay, my issue is that it has nothing to do with quality. It has nothing to do with enjoyment. I want a game to get large enough to break relative monopoly. To break that monopoly, a dev needs to capture a certain percentage of the market to afford marketing. Oh, hello, Grim Squirrel. Hey! I'm not looking forward to Daggerheart, but I thought it was the best case to dismantle the WotC situation. Yeah, see, and I'm not a Critical Role fan, so I don't really give 2 craps about Daggerheart or what they do or anything about them. I'm not saying they're bad. I'm not saying I dislike them. I'm not a fan, so I don't really care. And, I seriously doubt anyone is actually gonna make a distinctive... There are too many people who play D&D who are not part of these community, who are not terminally on YouTube, who don't know about any of this. Despite the hype within the community, there's a ton of people that live and exist outside of the like socialite community, and they might not be fully aware of what's going on. In fact, I met one of them in person, so I know at least one exists. And so it's kind of like that. And look, I won't say I'm the biggest fan of WotC on the planet, but I don't hate them to the extent that other people do. They made some poor choices, some terrible choices, but I really don't hate them quite like that. And so I don't want my enjoyment of a game. Like, I play DC-20 because I'm excited about DC-20, not because I give a shit about WotC or what does or does not happen to them, because I'm sort of my stance is that that's just giving them more attention. If I buy another product, not because I like that product, but because I hate the other company, then I'm still, in a sense, feeding into that other company, and I'm feeding into the negativity and all of that. I don't care what WotC does. If they make a good product, I'll buy their product. If they don't, I won't. But I'm going to be shopping around and playing a system based on the system I like and the product that I like, not necessarily out of spite, I guess, is the way I can think of that. And not everyone will agree with me, and that's totally, like, I get that people are upset. I'm just not one of those people, at least not to that extent or that degree. The ranger alone is beastie. Oh, Seraphis, that wordplay. That wordplay. I'm not a critical fan or not anything. I just want to see WotC Stranglehold get broken. Daggerheart was the best case scenario because it came with built-in marketing departments. Yeah, I wouldn't have... Yeah, I don't really care for... D&D is the McDonald's of the TTRPG world. Oh my gosh, so much chat. Marketing availability on a scale of WotC is gonna be hard. Yeah, no, it is. Yeah, I don't know that anything is gonna kill D&D except for WotC themselves. Like, that's the only way D&D dies, is if WotC kills them. Which actually, if I remember correctly, Gaz, did you actually say that in that video, or am I thinking of something else? Yeah, Francisco gets it. Francisco. Oh man, I'm never gonna get that right, am I? I'm never gonna get that right, am I? Okay, let's see. I don't know where the timer is on the coach stream. Oh, whoops! It totally took me past 14-ish minutes, and then coach is gonna be live. I accidentally hit the wrong button, and it took me right out of the coach stream and right into your video, gods, of which I love the art, the guys in the robes and the art that you put up there. It's brilliant. All right, I need to get back to work. I thought that was the glow in the dark. It is not, so I am safe to do this color. I don't really want to do the glow in the dark floss right now. The glow in the dark floss is a kind of a pain in the butt to work with, and all of the white in this sword is that glow in the dark floss, and I'll hold off and do it off stream. But this section right here is not. I thought it was, but it's not. So I can do that. It's a different color. You can hear the cat in the background. Poor Steve. He's just putting up with the cat. Okay, so let's do... So we're gonna do... Because I need to go here and then go up. And I need to kind of go in that direction. I'm wondering, you know, Karen, if you're still with us, because we got sidetracked into one of my other hobbies, but if I have a particular... So in this pattern, I started in the center. Whoop. Because it was easier to just fold the fabric, find the center, and start in the center. But really, if I'm thinking of that methodology for making sure my stitches pull in the right way, and I end in the upper right corner, doesn't that mean I should start all of my patterns in the upper right corner and work my way down this way? Because then all of my stitches as I work will, for the most part, be going in that direction. See what she says to that. Oh, that loop start is still poking through. It's okay. Alright, so I guess we're gonna do Beckety Beck. So we're gonna come up this way. There we go. Oh, lots of chatting going on. Fantastic. Unfortunately, I'm missing a lot of it. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm missing so much of it. I'm probably gonna end up missing the first part of Coach's stream, which already it bebopped back over to the Goths video. Wow, YouTube just really wants me to watch that video. Alright, we're gonna fix that. We're gonna catch up on some chats real quick. I'm just gonna queue this up. Okay, tops live. Okay, I'm just gonna have that queued up over there. 2 is less likely to cause a collapse than 1. Okay. But like to see the industry become healthier. I agree to things industry, hobby. I was interested in how T's table went, but Coach's stream is in 15. Yep, it's very soon. Major company that doesn't go under from the outside unless one, it picks a fight with government or is selling... Oh yeah, that's right. Selling orphan meat in the basement. Okay, I think I vaguely remember that line now, Goths. 2 is more likely to cause a collapse than 1. Starving Leviathan starves the entire hobby. It's Francisco, like in Francis and Co, like the company. There's no problem if you mispronounce it. I find I too mispronounce a lot of words. Live chat in a stream is lousy platform for really getting into what would be needed for the flourishing indie TTRPGs. Just sounds like a lot of drama to me. I do not need the stress of behind the scenes of TTRPGs. I can kind of feel those, and that's why I said what I said earlier about, you know, I'm focused on the product and I'll buy the system if I like the system and if I'm excited about the system, which no other system has gotten me excited like DC-20 has. It was the first system that like really caught. I mean, I had investigated a couple of others. I had looked into it. I downloaded a rule book here or there. I kind of entertained the idea, But DC20 is just the first system where the actual rules and the gameplay and the product itself was like, oh yeah, I like this. I wanna do this. And of course we are playing it and sort of play testing it as we go now. And I am excited about it, and I'm still excited about it. I am enjoying what I'm experiencing of the product thus far. But I'm not in the you know, if D&D 2024 was as good or had me as excited as DC20 does, I'd be buying that instead. It's the product that I want to see. It's the game I want to play at my table. Because at the end of the day, WotC has zero impact on. That's why people can say D&D and reference the hobby, not the product. It's almost like they're two different things, because it's so it's so widespread and so outside of just this one product that WotC produces. Okay, so I'm going all the way up to the top there. Posting and moving indie comic books. You can do as you are now. Just when you know you need to go up, complete your X by cross opposite of your norm. Okay, so you're saying when I need to go up. So how I was going back, forth, normal, then go, bottom left to top right. Okay, so normal, bottom left to top right, then go top left to bottom right, then it should not pull. Oh, are you saying, you're saying, okay, I think I see what you're saying, Karen. You're saying about basically it's so that my diagonals line up so my stitches all look cohesive and the same, but I'm technically doing them in a slightly reverse order. So they look like they're all the same, but I did it sort of backwards. And enough prominence to subsist on. No financially so much, but to even exist in the algo, you need that 1K. Well, the good news, Cantrip, is that I care more about you guys than I do about the algorithm or the 1K or any of that, because once again, before the DC20 video, I was just doing my thing. I was just doing my streams. I was doing my stitching. I was sharing my games, and me and a couple of others, Seraphis, Grim Squirrel, Grumpy, there's a couple of people, and we were just having a good time. So and as long as you guys stick around, I mean, heck, I'm here. I'll be doing my stitchy thing. Okay, see, now what I'd like to do is come down, because if I went up here, I'd just be doing it again. I don't know. I'm gonna have to practice that, what Karen mentioned there, because I have to do that like when I'm a little less distracted, just because I need to focus. But I can come back down here. In fact, I need to mark these before I really mess myself up. Yeah, because this is one higher, right? Yep, this is one higher, and we're still going 4 up. So we're gonna go 4. So nice when we chatted for the first time and I found out that you also like completing your X's instead of doing the half X. I was like, yes! Because I see so many, and it's mostly with Teresa Little Stitcher that I see the half cross. So I was a little bit like, is that an English thing? Is that... I don't know, but I did not like... I only do the half crosses when I feel like there's an advantage for doing so. Like going straight up. Yes. Okay, good. I was getting it. I'm following. I was following. Okay, so we're doing 4. So we're doing, yep, and we're doing all 4. In these 2 rows. The room for homebrew is enormous. Aegis Furnace. Oh. Watching Tori do this reminds me of being a kid and watching my mom crochet when I was a kid. Well, you know, Aegis, Grim Squirrel does crochet. Actually, technically, so do I. In fact, I did crochet before I did this. In fact, alright, you guys really got me going on a side tangent. You guys really got me going on a side tangent. Prepare to be amazed, or not. But either way. Let's see. should be right over here because I always kept them. Well, here's one of them. I don't have the other ones. Oh, I gave them to Beth, that's right. Okay, so this one was, shoot. So I just took a variegated yarn and I just did single crochet. This was like, I have no idea how old I was when I made this. And it's just a scarf, it just goes all the way down. You kind of get the picture. But because I used single, and because I used a variegated yarn, it accidentaled into like a diamondy pattern there in the middle. I have two scarves. One is the Luna Lovegood scarf, and the other is a scarf with a pineapple out the middle of it. But unfortunately, I appear to have given those away to my sister, so I don't think I have them anymore. And then I did not make this. My sister actually made this. So this is not crocheted, this is knitted. But my sister made this when she was... I don't even know how... I think either middle school or a little bit before middle school. She made this, and it's super... And it's actually knitted. It's kind of hard to tell in the... with all the fuzzies in there. There it is, yeah, you can barely see it, but it is actually knitted. But you just imagine all of the... Just imagine what working with that material would be like, how you'd keep that all straight. And I absolutely love this scarf to tiny pieces. I wear it all the time in the winter. But yes, I did crochet for a while, and Grim Squirrel does crochet in the Discord, in my Discord, because y'all talked me into getting a Discord. In my Discord, there's a crafting channel, and Grim Squirrel had posted a couple of her projects in there. Yep, 3 minutes left for the dungeon coach on my screen. Let's lift the slide up, or I can't. Yep. Well, that's better. It helps if I have good posture, doesn't it? Really helps if I have good posture. I really enjoy watching the stitching, crocheting a hooded jacket. Ooh! Skyrim soundtrack. Seraphis, that is Skyrim. Where the Discord? That is a phenomenal question. Alright, let's see if I can do this real quick without... I've already taken a couple of breaks. Oh, there's Wolves of the Night and everybody. I saw Last Second King in there. I saw a Grouch. I saw Grand Old Dwarf. All of the names, them DC 20 names. I'm gonna try to bounce over and get the I don't have events. I don't want events. I want to like invite people. Okay, here we go. Invite. Copy. Okay. Paste. Okay. Well, yeah, but the dungeon coach is going live. Don't you want to catch the... Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I need to go up one higher, actually. So I need to go here. And I need to go here. Here. Oh, there's Araxis. I saw him in the chat. Wink. Wink. I don't know, I feel like I don't want to be competing with Coach. Although there's a couple of people here that have nothing to do with the DC20 community. So I don't want to abandon the stream for them, because they're still here. But at the same time, I don't want to, like... I want people to go, that are part of that community, to go watch Coach, if that's what they want to do. Aegis. No, Stitch. I have not gotten enough stitching done, as a matter of fact. That's why instead of working on the Next Notions video, and instead of working on the script, I did this instead. Because I was like, you know, you owe it to yourself. You need to do what you love doing. I will get the second Notions video out next, whenever next is, whenever I can get it edited. And then, after that, I make no promises. Because I am sharing stitching and gaming and things that I love and am really passionate about. And hopefully I'll still have a session. Well, now, actually, I've got a session 0 set up for Friday. So I'm going to do a really crazy thing. Oh, yeah, I probably should have mentioned this when I was talking about the whole not doing more animated videos. But I'm starting a second, or attempting to DM a second DC20 group. So that's 2 groups. All right, we'll see you later. We'll see you later, Ryan. Oh, yep, he is going live. Oh, there's Pocket Dimension. Alright, I'm going to, just for my own sanity, I'm going to unmute the tab, but I'm going to turn that volume really, really low for me. And I'm going to keep that going for you guys. Alright. It's time. Alright, so let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and then the third one right here. So if I do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, then it should be 1. Then, oh yeah, anyways, yeah, I'm starting a second group, maybe, question mark, kind of. So if that goes through, I'm definitely not going to be doing any editing because I definitely don't have the time to do the things that bring me joy and happiness, aka cooking and cleaning around my house, and a full-time job, and 2 groups. Not to mention it's the summertime, so all of my other family and friends, I know it's crazy, but I actually do have, I have a friend. I'm not gonna kid myself, I have a friend. But, yeah, they want to hang out, and the folks want to go on the boat, and I'm like, ah! So yeah, no more animated videos, especially considering all of that. So it's actually not here, so I may have gotten myself in trouble. Because the next stitch is either here, or here, or here. So either way you spin that, I got myself in trouble. And even if I do a half stitch, even if I do a half cross and another half cross, I think I'm going to end up in the same boat. I don't think it's going to help me any. No, it's not. Because I'm still going to have to end... Unless I do... By the way, the coach is going to be live here. It pretty much is live any second. So anyone waiting for the coach, go check out that stream. So if I do... If I come back down... here... And then end... And then here, which will pull that thread that way. And then here. Then here. In theory, I will have pulled my threads in some better directions. At least that's the hope.
Oh God. Okay. Alright.
Alright, woot! Okay, we're good.
Everything was on and popping, and then, except for my camera. Literally, except for my camera. So, hey, what's up, people?
Alright.
Yes, I am feeling better. Last week we had to cancel.
So now I'm sort of simultaneously listening, not listening to the coach stream, while simultaneously stream. This is weird. This is weird. Full-time campaign at this point. Oh, hello, Sunstreaker. Oh my gosh, I didn't even see you there. Bye. See you on the Dungeon Coach. Really like the Notion video. I'm now planning campaign in Notion. Have fun, Aegeus.
Let's go. So,
when are we playing My Little Pony, the TTRPG? I wish I had time to play a full-time campaign at this point. My average work week is between 16... Ooh, that's rough. That's rough. 60, 64 hours. And now, are you saying that that's when you get to play D&D, or are you the DM? Cause like I get it if you're, well, and then that depends too. Some people, in fact, let me turn this down a little bit. Oh good, that doesn't change for you guys.
Live around in this area, and they just got their power back today. So wild and crazy stuff. Wild and crazy stuff. But
I'm just adjusting my volumes here for a second. Pardon me. So are you? Is that just you? Just don't have enough time to play full time? Is that what that is?
Appreciate y'all. And Highland Cow had a super chat that says early fee. Highland Cow, that is a first. An early fee, that is a first. Anaraxis gifted 5 Dungeon Coach memberships before.
Okay, here we go. All right, so now it's definitely time to end this thread.
Oh wait, I missed it.
Running friends and family. Again, when we get together, it's once a month or so. You know, Sunstreaker, and the thing is that I have so my game, my IRL game is just friends, and they are a family. So it's not my family, but they are a family. So family, friends, or a friend's family, I guess. But the kicker is they're constantly canceling. They had so much like bad juju going on in their life with where they were living, and they're sick. Like they were sick nonstop, just like week after week there was something going on, and then the move and this and that. So what ended up happening by accident is and then holidays would have, like Christmas and all that. So we had for like 4 months we only played once, maybe twice a month, because they yeah, they were constantly canceling on me, which is part of what inspired me to start an online game. I've never done online games before, and I didn't want to, but I was starting to get to the point where I was like, I need to run a game. I need players, please. You know, I'm always hearing about this DM crisis, and I'm sitting over here like, what crisis? I can't get people to show up to save my life. Maybe I'm a terrible DM, I don't know. So this is not... What is this? Oh. This is... Excuse me? I know what this is. Oh, this is the last one. Okay, I can just do this one stitch and then he's done. Oh, literally, this is the last stitch of this color in this whole project. So I do this one stitch, and then I can just mark that whole color complete. That's cool. Sorry for the camera shake. Oh, come on. It's really hard to do sometimes. I need to get like a needle threader.
Announcement, initiative, and then I'm gonna jump into the Q&A, right? So, weapons system, great. Thank you, Christine.
And then I'm probably gonna end up calling it, because for real though, it is getting close to my bedtime. Coach is live, and it is for real getting close to my bedtime. No rest for the wicked. Yeah. Yeah, of course, Scots. Thank you so much for being here. So we'll see Stun. Get back to work. No rest for the wicked. Yep. Oh, okay. That was you, Goss. Okay. It wouldn't be much of an issue if my days off didn't rotate every 4 weeks. Can never count on them having the same not off more than a few weeks at a time. Yeah, that is really unfortunate. I am so sorry to hear that, especially when you really love a hobby. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do, actually. It's getting close-ish to my bedtime. Technically the coach is over there and kind of want to sort of do that, so I'm gonna call it here, guys. I'm gonna get this threaded and done outside of stream, but woohoo, that's the last stitch of that color. And yeah, we're just gonna call it here. It was just a quick hour 15 chill time, and I'll see you guys the next time that... well, at least Saturday. Yeah, probably not before Saturday. So I will see everyone who wants to come in on the Saturday stream on Saturday. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you, Karen, for stopping by. It was absolutely lovely seeing you here. And yeah, we'll catch y'all later.
Yeah, this is going to be a fundraiser situation this Friday, 2 o'clock Central Standard Time. This Friday. I'm going to make a post on Discord. You'll know about it. I'm going to try and jump into the chat and kind of see what's going on. I'll kind of be lurking in the chat, be a little chit-chatting in the chat, you know what I'm saying? So, super excited for this. The Pocket Dimension people are a ton of fun. And one of our own is also going to be Glenn Finley.